Whovians, hop in your TARDISes. You're listening to another episode of Doctor. Huh?
Hey, why 29 password sealed doors? Why not 30 or 1,000,000? Come on, Chris,
I don't know. There was...
Why not a billion?
Did you see a character put on a big old backpack in this episode, Sam?
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
So, basically, I'm right? No. Yeah, I'm right. Chris has a thing for big old backpacks. And did you not like the part where Martha gets into the escape pod and she goes, "Oh no, I forgot my big sturdy practical water bottle."
Hey, who are you?
Oh, I'm Jordan, and they were saying Boo Earns with me.
I'm Sam. Don't ever talk to me or my living son ever again.
Oh no, he spoiled the episode. Someone post the River Song gif. Which one? All of them.
This is Series 3, Episode 7, 42, written by Chris Chibnall and directed by Graham Harper.
How many, is this Crisp's first time in the
This is the
first
first ever Crisp. Jordan, this is the first time he ever let us down.
He let us down?
Did you like it?
I thought it was okay. I thought it was
okay, that's good.
Fun.
I was afraid that I was going to be... I didn't want this to just be us both shitting on this episode.
What was wrong with it? It was fine. It wasn't like...
Oh, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about all the reasons that I thought this episode was fucking stupid.
Okay.
I know that people in the server were pretty excited for this one. So I didn't want to just be like, this episode sucks, jerk off motion. But God, I did not have a good time watching this one.
Oh, I thought it was pretty good. Come on.
No.
Come on.
Come on.
Change your mind.
No.
Change your mind. Change your mind right now.
No.
You fuck.
No.
What if you did that? What if you're like, actually, no, I changed my mind. It is good. And you just left
I
that
like
in
it
the
more
episode.
than you now.
You have to give it an A+ now. Better than Day of the Doctor.
I give this a 10 out of 5. This episode was fucking incredible.
This is the best episode I've ever seen in my life, and Chris Chibnall should definitely write the rest of Doctor Who.
Hey, we had a very wet episode last week with the Cold War, or with Cold War.
This is a hot episode.
Well, this is a hot episode. It's also a wet episode.
It is kind of
fucking
everybody's shiny and wet, but this is like kind of Norman Reedus wet ass, sloppy ass, smack him with the sweat ass, naked ass butt with the baby. That kind of wet, not like soggy underwater, 20,000 leagues under the sea, do kind of wet. This is an episode.
Are you done?
No, I mean,
I
really wanted to try to really cement my point of the different types of wet. There's ocean wet.
Oh yeah, go back for more, huh?
No. I want to make sure we get this. There's ocean wet, right? So that's like, you're in the sea, salty, you're drenched. But then there's like dirt wet. Dirty, muddy, filth wet.
They're not dirty or muddy.
Wet,
they're sweaty.
Sweating out of your eyeballs, fucking covered in
soot. Oh, is that what the monsters were doing this week?
Soot and dirt and mud. Norman Reedus is there and he's sweaty. Basically those are the two different of the wets. So
okay, so this is the same kind of wet as the previous episode we watched.
No, because that was ocean wet, and this is dirt wet.
There's no dirt. Norman Reedus is not here, and I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No. I'm not saying it's dirty. I'm saying it's the wet of the dirt, as in your human wetness, your human mess that is being created.
I understood the
heat.
difference before you started talking, and now I don't understand the difference.
Like if you were running around hauling packages of freight from Port Knot City to
why don't you just say sweaty then?
Because if I just said this is sweaty,
because that's our starting point.
Because think about how much extra content we've gotten out of this episode for me trying to talk about
much
dirt
like
wetness.
In Death Stranding, you've taken us on a sort of adventure, but we ended up right back where we started, where we know last week they were in the ocean, this week they're sweaty because it's hot.
It's hot outside,
but it's about the journey, not the destination.
But nobody let them bones breathe, which was really sad to me. I was really hoping
they got rid of the bones entirely.
The bones, I was like so ready to to see some bones hopping out going like, I'm free! But instead it was just like, it was basically just a dust, it was a silhouette on the wall, like trying to get a high five, which was, you know, I mean, it was funny, but.
It was funny.
They left him hanging. They didn't even high five him, so.
I did think it was funny when everyone got incinerated, but I didn't think it was funny when they didn't high five the scorch marks on the wall.
I was hoping the doctor would be like, come on, I can't leave her hanging. Right? And then everyone laughed.
That is classic 11th Doctor, 10th Doctor.
Yeah, no, he would... I think Capaldi might high-five the scorch marks. He might do it. He's fucked up enough. He's a fucked up man.
I think Jodie would have high-fived those scorch
I don't think
marks.
Jodie would have done that because she would say, like... These scorch marks, you clever, you are amazing. Scorch marks are amazing. And then actually, no, Jordan, she would high five them. Yeah, you're right.
On the most recent episode we did of Sounds About Light, I said the word clever and I edited it out.
You know,
I caught it while editing and I was like, whoa, get that out of there.
You know, Americans, I don't know if Americans say clever that much, but they sure do say clever on that Dr. Huh podcast enough. Can someone from America please tell me if Americans say clever as much as those Dr. Huh boys?
Anyway, I think that Jodie would have high-fived the scorch marks and they would have played uplifting music.
They would have played triumphant trumpets as the sun came for them.
Hey, it's good to see Martha again.
I like Martha.
Too bad she died this week.
No, she was fine this week. But did you notice that there was an eye patch lady, but she didn't have the eye patch on this week? She forgot to put it on before she came.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
I know.
Hey, I literally, 2 episodes ago, I think on this podcast, I was getting worked up about Clara being able to call the doctor on her phone. This episode begins with the doctor activating universal roaming on Martha's phone and saying, now you can call anyone, anywhere, anytime. And I said, whoops, my bad.
I feel like it has come up reminder that in our, first episode that we watched, the next time on was Winston Churchill being like, hello, I'm racist, and then trying to call him on their phone.
Yeah, but I didn't see that episode.
But you saw it in the next time on that he called the TARDIS phone that they had.
Well,
so you could see him do it.
Maybe the Prime Minister has a special phone.
Oh, yeah. He needs the doctor. Okay, so the doctor, spaceship acting, Star Trek, shaky. Whoa! And they get a distress call, and they're like, let's go get the distress call. And then they get out, and it's dirt wet in here. Dirt wet they all are. And they say, wow, it's so hot in here. I'm gonna be so muddy and sweaty.
They're on a cargo ship, and they get out of the TARDIS, and they're in, like, the vents room or something. They're like, oh my god, it's so hot in here. They open a door, and the crew of the ship immediately start freaking out on them, like, don't open that fucking door, don't open that door. And all these security doors start slamming shut, including the door that the TARDIS is behind. So now they can't get to the TARDIS. Classic, but that's fine.
Only they had a way to get that TARDIS just to, recall. The fucking, what was it called? The hat system? The her system? The one that just makes...
It's the hats system. Hate attacking TARDIS. Sad. Attacking TARDIS? Scram!
Hey. Time to skedaddle. Hey, TARDIS skedaddle.
So yeah, we meet the crew.
They all got various names.
The computer says something ominous about 42 minutes from now, and that's why the episode is called that.
Oh yeah.
And Martha looks out the window and says, uh-oh, because we are gonna crash into the damn sun in 42 minutes.
Yep. Just like in that funny book that everyone loves. The one with the 42 in it.
Oh,
remember that guy who
what
he wrote that
episode?
Remember that guy? He wrote the episode where it was just the Doctor and Romana walking around Paris for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, I was sad that this had nothing to do with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, I was kind of like, it kind of felt. I guess maybe it's on me that I associate that number with the book that I like, the funny book.
Well, I assume it was an intentional reference.
But it's not, it's just a number. They didn't do anything. It's 42 minutes.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff they didn't do anything
with. They should have gotten Douglas Adams to write this episode, even though I'm pretty sure he was dead at the time of them making this.
That's no reason that he shouldn't have done it.
He should have done it. They should have gotten him
back.
Wake
up, Douglas.
Come on, Doug. Doug, get up. Get up,
Douglas,
Doug.
We had an idea for an episode called 42. Can you write it? We don't know what it's about.
Can you write it over the course of a single weekend? No? You're dead? Ah, jeez.
Boo.
Beans. Who wrote the next one? We gotta get Owen Colfer to write the next one? Ugh. No thanks.
Is that how you say that?
I've always assumed, what is it? Eoin?
Eoin. I've never heard it said out loud, I don't think.
I'm assuming it's Owen, like Eo.
That makes sense.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Sorry, everybody. So the crew explain that there's 7 of them here on this ship. It's mostly
so
automated.
Many. I hope they thin the pack soon so I can remember some of their names.
Oh, there's 4 of them. Oh, 2. Okay, all right. And we're good. So they go to the engine room where the engine has been destroyed. Oh, no. And the doctor says whoever did this looks like they did it on purpose.
And then they say, yeah, well, there's a guy, we'll talk about that later. And then the captain says some names. She says Corwin. She says Ashton. She says Crumsley, Bogdan, Rogden, Togden. Mm-hmm. The doctor looks at the map and he says, "Oh, we're in the Taragi system. Cool."
Toragi or something. Toragi.
And then he talks about energy scoops. He says, your ship still has your energy scoops. And
this was infuriating because the moment he said, "Why are you using outlawed energy scoops?" I was like, that's going to come up again later, and I'm going to be mad when it does. And what we eventually learn, I'm just skipping ahead, I'm not going to get too into it, but the inciting incident of this entire episode is we didn't want the police to see that we were using energy scoops, which are outlawed.
Yeah.
That's why the crew did everything that they did this week, is because they didn't want to get in trouble for using whatever the fuck we don't even see what they are.
I mean, it kind of sounds like they were using some sort of illegal energy harvesting technology. It's like finding out they were fracking a kindergarten or something.
In my mind, whenever they said energy scoops, I was just imagining that it's like the tool that they use to shovel coal into the furnace.
I would say that the reason for the conflict at the end of the day does not have a huge bearing on the episode. We just find out that the captain was engaging in some dishonesty and doing something she shouldn't have been doing, and she also made a reckless decision because of the fact that she was kind of doing something illegal, so she didn't scan the, it's fine.
Oh my god. This is a classic type of episode.
This is very odd to me that like none of the things in this episode made me go, oh my god. So you're really going to need to try to explain to me what is so exasperating about this episode.
I will.
Perfectly fine.
I mean, one of the core issues I had with it is that I didn't really like anything about it.
You didn't like how wet they were?
No, I didn't care for it.
You didn't like the Beatles pub trivia quiz?
I didn't like the part, this is like 20 minutes from now, but I didn't like the part where we learn that as everyone is fucking melting to death, they have something called ice vents.
Yeah, I did, that did raise an eyebrow from me.
Well, okay, here, I'll just say this right now. And, okay, let me say what I was going to say, and then I'll say the thing that I'm going to say next. I mean, that's basically how we do the podcast anyway, but...
Let's talk about the episode in order with sequential order of events, and then we'll, as we do, we'll make a couple of goofs and gags about some funny things that we noticed. How about that?
Okay. Oh shit, are we recording this? Oh jeez.
Ah, jeez.
Oh no, all of the secrets of how we make our podcast are out now.
You know what they say about sausage.
Okay. Thing number 1. It annoyed me that the captain of this ship is one of the main characters of the entire episode. We don't get her name for like 35 minutes.
Yeah, that's Secret Life disease. I
hate that shit. Just have her be like, "Hello, I'm Captain Kath."
They all should have had name tags on, or possibly labeled hoodies. Labeled hoodies.
Okay, here's my big problem with this episode: is that it's full of ideas for situations for them to be in, and none of it makes any sense. And I think a perfect example of that, of what I mean by that, is the doctor says, they're in the engine room, and he says, "Do you have auxiliary engines?" And one of them says, "Yes. They are in the front of the ship, but there's 29 password-sealed security doors between us." See, this is the one part
about this episode that I think, and also the way they set the passwords. That's the one thing about this episode that I think is incredibly dumb, is the part when he says, "There are 9 doors, and there are 9 of us, and we all have bracelets on, and we need to find the digital roots of our...
We need to find the red and the dead.
If you can find a person whose digital root adds up to one of the numbers of the doors, you can enter the door.
And those 9 persons might enter those 9 doors within a span of 9 hours. Okay, but like this whole every moment of this episode was like a slight like hammer to the brain for me in terms of why would it work like that? Why are the auxiliary engines in the front of the ship? Or I think they say it's the controls, but that still doesn't make any sense. Why would you need to get through 29 security doors by basically doing a trivia quiz?
29 security doors where if you mess up one trivia question, they all lock forever.
You die.
Yeah.
Which is a wild thing for them to say, and then it doesn't happen.
Well, they did say that they set this up when they were all very drunk, so...
Yeah, I think that Chris might have written this episode while he was very drunk.
Uh-huh.
I have more gripes than that, but they'll come up as they come up.
Yeah, just let it all out.
We get our first character with a name, which is Riley. Riley is inexplicably Martha's love interest for this episode.
You know, sometimes you just need your character to do a kiss on a guy. So sometimes, and that guy needs to be very smart and be very good at trivia.
Here's another why does it work this way? Riley says, getting open those security doors is a 2-person job. Martha, can you come with me? I will enter the passwords on the computer terminal, but I need you to hold a big doohickey and clamp the door and open it.
Listen, this show loves its doodads, and I will say, it gives Martha an excuse to put on a big backpack. Just like the biggest backpack you've ever seen.
She does put on a big backpack. I assume that's why Chris wrote the entire episode.
That's why they kept Chris on to write more, because they were like, damn, that backpack was pretty cool.
No one's ever written backpack-related scenarios.
Can you write more excuses to give Doctor Who characters backpacks to wear, like companions, to have a big practical backpack? But this time I want to make sure, Martha she lost so much water from all that dirt wetness she was experiencing on the ship. Give her a nice, sturdy, sensible aluminium water bottle with a screw top lid with a nice gasket. Just keep everything fresh in there. Give that to her too, so she can be hydrated on her adventure. Sensible and practical. Thank you, Chris. Crisps.
I mean, while you're at it, can you also save them from the sun?
The water bottle would have helped. What if she was like, I know what to do, and she just splashed some of her water bottle on the sun and it went out. Easy.
So she goes to this guy Riley, who will be her love interest.
Riley explains that they decided all of the trivia questions when they were all super drunk, so they don't know the answers or the questions, and there's 29 of them, and if you fuck one of them up, everybody dies on the ship forever. And also, by the way, some of the people who came up with these questions, it'd be like, what was Greg's favorite soda? And it's like, I haven't seen Greg.
Oh, he's gone. He quit years ago.
I didn't know Greg. And I
never met Greg.
What was Greg's third favorite soda of all time? Oh, no.
Greg was the password manager like 2 guys ago. Meanwhile, the Ashton is one of the other guys, named for the fact that he will later become a pile of ash. Just kidding, he doesn't. He's one of the few characters who
doesn't become a pile of ash. Nice try.
Ashton calls them on the radio from the med bay and says, "You got to get here right away. Corwin's being all weird."
He's really wiggling around. He's having a great time. He's having so much fun. He's happy. He's hydrated. He's staying in his lane.
We also meet Abby, who I think is like the medical officer.
She will be for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's not get too attached to Abby, folks.
Don't leave her hanging, folks.
So Corwin, who we find out is the captain's husband.
What's her name again? Captain's husband? I don't know her name. We won't find it out for a little while.
Her name is Kath.
Kath.
Eventually.
Someday
Chris will remember that he forgot to name the captain.
Yeah, it's like on Secret Life with Adrian's mom.
Most of the other characters.
Yeah.
So the captain runs in and says, "Let me check on my husband, Corwin," and he's thrashing around in the stasis chamber or whatever.
Bad time in here.
Ashton says that Corwin sabotaged the ship. He's got space madness, and he activated a heat pulse and closed all 29 security doors.
Hold on a minute. They did say he had space madness, and that made me think about Doctor Who classic The Invisible Enemy when they were talking about people having space madness.
I thought that was Seeds of Death.
Oh, it was Seeds of Death because a dude straight up dies of space madness. Or did he throw himself out the airlock?
The Ice Warrior started shooting people, and then someone lied and said that someone had space madness.
That's me every time I don't like an episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, well, I've got space moderate annoyance, but I wouldn't quite go all the way to madness.
Space exhaling irritatedly out of your nose.
Like that.
Yeah, like that. Corwin is having bad times, bad vibes. There's a lot of, this is kind of a Gagu episode, by the way.
Oh yeah, Corwin says Gagu.
Corwin says Gagu, but he will not be the only character this week to say it, so get hyped, I guess.
So it was an 11 out of 10 episode.
Yeah, and they actually do strap him down to a big funny, dare I say, some kind of chair, of some kind.
No, it was like an MRI machine full of ice.
Yeah, it's to make you.
Which again, by the way, if these guys are fucking dying of heat, I would be like, can we just turn on the freeze chamber and just let it cool the room down?
This is so nice. Just fanning themselves with a piece of paper. Why didn't I think of that? Sam, I really appreciate you. I appreciate you trying to, make some criticisms, have a little bit of fun. I would like to point out to our listeners that they are flying into the sun, and I don't think that turning on the AC,
I'm not saying that's going to save their lives.
It's going to make them a little more comfortable, but we don't know what they need the ice vents for. There might be some of those fly dudes from Planet of the Dead on their ship, and they might all be dead in the cargo hold if they turn off the ice vents.
Fly dudes?
Yeah, remember in
the Jackaroth?
No, the Planet of the Dead with...
Planet of the Dead.
Planet of the Dead with Lady Christina.
I was thinking of City of Death. I rarely ever think of Planet of the Dead.
We reference it literally every week on our podcast.
Hey, that doesn't mean I'm thinking about it.
I don't even know. It's like you're not even here half the time. It's like you're just not even here. So they're gonna put Corwin in the cold chamber because he's not feeling great. He's got a high temperature. In fact, later we find out his temperature.
Meanwhile, someone runs up like in a swimsuit and is like, "I want to go in the cold chamber.
Let me in the cold." No, he really needs it this time. Cool me down to negative 200 Celsius.
The beach is back. Secret Life reference.
Oh,
hey, Jordan, remember
the doctor?
Remember the episode?
I remember when they made a beach. So the doctor runs in and he just starts, doing the things he always does. He's like, "Hey, 200 cc's of good times. Put him in the thing."
He sedates Corwin and says that there's unusual energy readings coming off.
And then he scans him with the sonic screwdriver, which is weird because I thought the sonic screwdriver only worked on it only like read signals from electronics.
Yeah, there's unusual energy readings,
like a tree.
We also see that Corwin, he's like keeping his eyes closed. He won't open his eyes. He's refusing to open his eyes.
He doesn't want people to know he's got pink eye. Oh, poor guy.
They put him in the stasis chamber and they freeze him and he goes gagu and we see his hands clenching and unclenching like in that episode with the other one.
He's having a good time. Dude in the room really just freaking out. And then Riley's doing pub trivia.
Before we go to pub trivia, we need to establish the doctor. He's very suspicious of the captain. He's like,
yeah, he hates women. I agree.
No, he's like, hey, some of my future selves are women. He says, the something, he's got a weird infection, Corwin does. Did you pick up anything? Did you land on any weird planets? And the the captain's being very evasive.
Did you use any kind of illegal energy scoop by any chance? Did you scoop anything? Were you scooping? Were you scooping? Hey,
were you scooping?
Hey, look me in the eye right now and tell me with a straight face that you were not scooping.
This man has a scooping infection.
We go back to, we're doing pub trivia. This is when Riley reveals that they all got so blackout drunk that they can't remember anything. He looks
because
at the clue.
The system of 29 security doors lets you pick the questions and answers.
If you mess it up, they all lock and you die.
If you mess it up, they all lock and the entire system locks down and you die. And he says that they created the question and answer list while drunk. I think he says at some point, like, the logic of that is that only we would ever be able to I was actually kind of surprised. The fact that they were drunk did make me think that the resolution was going to be that they all had to get drunk to remember the answers.
I don't think that's how being drunk works, Sam.
Well, I don't know. It's just, I guess what it was there was specifically one part where one of the questions, and thank God we don't get all 29, but one of the questions was like, what is the age of the something? I can't. It was like what's your favorite color or something? And
no.
I don't know. I thought there was going to be like a thing where he's like, it's purple, but when I'm drunk, it's orange. Or something. I don't know.
This is my drunk self. When I drink, a new guy comes out, and he's a new guy, and his name is not Riley. His name is Gridley, and he's a very different man than me. No, the questions are like, what was the day that our voyage began?
Yeah, well, the first question here is, or I thought there might be a thing where one of them would answer a question right, and then it would be like, and they'd be like, oh shit, I must have gotten it wrong when I was drunk or something. It was nothing like that. But the first question is, what was the year of the ship's first flight? They opened the door.
Well, it's very important to remember. He puts the answer in, and then mark the question mark. And
she ka-chunks the thing onto the door and sucks it open or whatever. The second question, this is where we find out, like, oh no, the crew isn't entirely the same as it was when we made the list. And some fucking asshole did like a complete this sequence of happy prime numbers.
Yeah, and they're like, what does it mean? And then the doctor interjects. He's like, I know happy prime numbers. And he answers it, and then he gives a long explanation. I don't know if a happy prime is a real thing or a happy number is a real thing.
I believe it is. I don't think
and then he says, but okay. And then he gets really mad. I did like this part where he answers the question correctly. He says, put it in. And then he says, he's just like, I can't believe this. Does nobody take recreational mathematics anymore?
Okay, this though, I think is a great moment to bring up another gripe of mine, which is the ship radio system.
Okay.
Which is because throughout this episode, they are on a ship. Every room looks like the same flavor of like grimy metal spaceship.
Yeah.
Every room is lit with the same like glowing orange light. Mm-hmm. And at all moments in this episode, anyone can just open their mouth and start talking, and everybody else on the ship will hear them no matter where they are, even if they are not on the ship at one point.
Where's the problem with that?
The problem with that is that there are numerous scenes in this episode where I couldn't tell who was where. I didn't know where the characters were. There's one scene where a character is like, push that button, and it cuts to the other characters like, okay, we'll push the button, and I didn't know if they were in the same fucking room or not.
I think that's just you have bad media literacy, Sam. I hate to break it to you.
But, I mean, you say that, but
I can't pinpoint on the map the location of every character, but I could at least tell who was with who at what time.
I fucking couldn't. Okay. I couldn't. And I think that your description of this scene where you said the doctor tells them the answer.
No. He says them over the radio because they're in the door zone. But they're talking to him over the radio the whole fucking time. They're all talking to each other the whole episode.
I'm just saying, everyone is in different rooms the entire time. They're all talking to each other the entire time, and it really muddled any sense of setting.
I don't want to be rude. I want to be rude to this show, to you, my brother, or to the people who watch it or listen to our podcast, but this show is made for little children's. And if little children's can watch this show, I believe that you, an adult with a brain, could probably figure it out. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know where you're at.
I'm not saying that I couldn't follow the plot of the episode. I'm saying it was unclear and it had no sense of setting, and I didn't know where anyone was at any moment. They were on a big old ship.
They were on a big old spaceship in outer space.
I know they're on a fucking spaceship, Jordan.
Do you want this episode to have a map screen?
No, but I should have a sense of where the characters are.
Meanwhile, in the tunnel, on the escape pod, this is what you want.
No.
So Sam and I are very mad at each other, just so you know.
Yeah, just know that I just cut a lot of arguing.
The next question on Dr. Disaster's House of Funny Doors is, who sold more number ones pre-download? The Beatles. He says this is like classical music, by the way. It's a funny joke because it's like in the future.
Yeah, I did like the way that Riley reads the question where he's like, Elvis Presley or the Beatles.
Boo earns.
They ask the doctor, and he's like, I don't fucking know. You deal with it yourselves. But then here's a little joke.
Uh-huh.
Because he says, like, Martha, I'm busy. Here comes the sun.
So funny. They're all gonna die.
It's a song by the Beatles.
They're really close to dying. Martha uses her universal cell phone to call her mom. I kind of wish that we could have had, if this was a Rose episode, we would have gotten to see Jackie. No disrespect to Rose's mom, but she's not as good as Jackie.
You mean Martha's mom?
Yeah, no, but Rose's mom is really great. But I wish that we could have seen Jackie talk about the Beatles, and she would have said,
it would have been nice if Martha called Jackie on the phone.
I think Jackie could use a new friend, and maybe Martha could have called her and said, hey, Jackie, how's that new coffee table? Sorry I broke your last one.
Sorry I brought it with us on the TARDIS to this incredibly hot ship. Oops, it just burned up.
No, but she calls her mom and she says, like, hey, I need you to do this right now. And her mom's
I did like the dialogue here where her mom answers the phone and is like, Martha, we have to talk about the doctor. And Martha goes, Mom, please, I need you to look something up on the internet.
I need you to go online. I need you to access knowledge. And then
she lies and says that she's trying to cheat at a pub quiz.
And then she goes over to her computer and she like looks it up and she says, Martha, there's 400,000 results. I gotta figure out which one's the right one.
Martha should have been like, hold on, because she can call her mom at any time. She should have been like, hold on, I'll call you back once you found it. And then just hang up and immediately call her again like 5 minutes from now and be like, have you had time to sort through the data? And Martha's mom would say, no, I'm on 200,000 to 400,000.
My brain, it hurts. She calls her mom and she's
Martha, like, it's good to hear from you again. I've learned so much about the Beatles since we last spoke.
I have been in my kitchen for the past 500 years learning everything there is to know about the Beatles. Did you know that I don't know.
Never mind.
I guess I need to
Jordan
go back
can't do this bit because he doesn't know anything about the Beatles, apparently.
I don't know anything about the Beatles. Did you know that the original drummer was named Pete Best and that then they replaced him with Ringo Starr? That's my one.
Did you know that they used to be called the Quarrymen and they played skiffle?
Yup. Those are some Beatles facts, folks. Beatles facts.
I'm surprised you didn't know any. You used to love the Beatles.
When I was like 4.
Whatever. What? That's like how old you are now, I think.
Fuck you!
You'll always be my baby.
At least I may be, you can call me mentally 4, but at least I know where people are on a spaceship in an episode of Doctor.
Cutting that.
I guess it's the power you have.
So Abby tells the doctors that something is happening to Corwin's body. It's changing.
He's getting
and then
real
he climbs
fucked up
out of the stasis chamber and he says in a scary voice, "Burn with me.
Burn, baby, burn."
And he opens his eyes and he goes Cyclops mode from X-Men.
He goes Cyclops mode and Abby dislikes it, I think. I wrote dislikes it. She doesn't like it.
She says, no, this is hot enough that my bones won't stick around afterwards. No!
My bones won't be able to breathe!
So, the doctor runs to the med bay along with the captain and another guy who we will at some point learn is named Scannoli? Scannoli? Sure. Meanwhile, Martha's mom tells her Elvis had more pre-download number ones than the Beatles did. And then she hears Abby in the background go, and Martha's mom is just like, oh, the thing's getting pretty spicy.
He did pop quiz, huh? It's really
some
intense.
Quiz.
That's a really cool quiz. It is a correct answer. We're good. You love to see it. And then Corwin says, I'm not a scary enough TV monster for this episode. I need to put on a scary helmet to make me a little bit scarier for the kids watching.
I mean, it literally is Cyclops from X-Men. He puts on a helmet so that he can have his eyes open, but I don't know what the fuck this helmet is made of. That he can see through it, but
it's got sunproof eyeball holes, and it
keeps in 1 billion light. 1 billion light? It keeps in 1 billion light, Jordan.
It's really good at keeping in 1 billion light. So I'm really proud of the show for working so hard to find a helmet that could do that.
Yeah, and I thought it was also impressive that they actually got a cast member who was Cyclops from X-Men.
They found a guy who had the sun in his eyes, but like the other way around.
Why do this with special effects when we have a guy who can do it?
Is this what happened to Donald Trump when he wanted to get a real good look at that eclipse?
So yeah, they find the Abby-shaped scorch mark on the wall, and the doctor high-fives it, and he looks at the test results.
I was so relieved. The test results are abnormal because, I mean, he's running a 100-degree temperature, which, you know, the doctor seems concerned about that, but that seems like a low-grade fever to me.
I have to assume that they're talking about Celsius.
That would make sense.
What just happened?
I was making a joke about it not being in Celsius. Because it was the British show.
I think you made a noise so loud that Discord refused to let me hear it.
I said, oh, because I was making a joke that 100 degrees Fahrenheit is like a low-grade fever, but 100 degrees Celsius is like, that's like you're boiling. Water boils at 100 degrees, so it's kind of like, wow, that's a high fever, folks.
Also, the oxygen in his body has been entirely replaced with hydrogen while we're at it.
That to me feels like
I would lead with that.
That to me feels like Kyle XY fan fiction. To me, we have replaced all of the oxygen in his body with hydrogen, and because hydrogen has a positive charge, he is now a positively charged boy, and he's very positive. Anyways, he's got
no charge. The doctor speculates about what might be inhabiting Corwin's body. This is where he, again, is like, you gotta tell me, did you land anywhere weird? Did you pick up anything weird? And the captain is like,
Did you scoop? You motherfucker. You gotta tell me right now if you
been scooping?
You've been scooping. I know, I smell a scoop.
I know you have the scoops.
I know you have it. So what, you just got a scoop, but you're not using it? They're like, well, yeah, we said we were going to swap it out. We're being very, very proactive about getting rid of this.
Oh yeah, she did
scoop.
say like next time we dock, we're due for an upgrade or something.
This episode ends with the police just chasing them away from the sun, being like, no, the other way around. Like, you are under arrest for illegal scooping.
She warns the rest of the crew to stay away from Corwin. Meanwhile, there's another crew member who we haven't mentioned, but she has been here the whole time, named Irina. And
her character trait is that she hates having to ask to do stuff, and then she wants to be killed by a sun man.
Yeah, Ashton is like ordering her around, which is, I would say, very reasonable as they're trying not to die. But she's like digging through a locker, and folks, the door of the locker is blocking the left side of the screen, so I think we can all see what's going to be there. I wonder what's behind
that door.
But yeah, she's like, Ashton, ordered me around. Ugh, just kill me now. Closes door.
Okay. That can be arranged. Did you, you called? Seinfeld music plays. and once again, the bones, not even a second to breathe. I mean,
the bones are not a factor. Corwin incinerates Irina. Oh well, bye. It was nice meeting you.
Sorry about your wife, Jonathan Joestar.
Oh yeah. Hey, the Maeve's mom on a bike of this episode is, and I would say this is very reasonable. We are constantly cutting to the timer. I haven't mentioned it up until now. I wasn't writing in my notes, but we got 24 minutes to go. Everyone, hurry it up, hurry it up.
It's just like that Johnny Cash song. He has a song.
24 minutes to go. I want to be sedated.
No, it's just called 24 minutes to go.
Okay, I haven't heard it.
It's a song.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, fine. I'll listen to it after this. Jesus.
It's 25 minutes to go. I'm sorry. The whole joke is off by 1 minute. You gotta cut this out. Also, while
we're back from Jordan getting a Johnny Cash reference wrong.
No.
The captain asks the doctor, is it possible that you could cure my husband, Corwin? And he says, I don't know. And she says, don't lie to me, you son of a bitch!
Do it!
And he says, no, he's dead.
He's extremely dead.
Dead as hell.
Sorry.
She says, once again, for the third time, I seriously have no idea. I don't know anything.
I didn't do any kind of scooping. Nothing was scooped today.
I only scooped legal things. All of this scooping is entirely above the board.
This is above the board scoopage right here.
Wait, is it above the board? Above board?
On the table, belt. Above board, on board, dirt wet. Ashton is doing fixing things, and he says, "I love being alive, and I'm so at a pleasant temperature right now."
Oh, it's my buddy Corwin.
Hey, Corwin.
Nice helmet, buddy.
Nice hat. And then Corwin's like, "Let's be bros. Look into my eyes." He doesn't look into his eyes. He just grabs him by the head, and he says "Gagoo," and then Ashton says "Gagoo."
He says, "We must share the light."
And then that makes him another sun boy. There are 2 sun boys on the ship.
Yeah,
now.
and then Ashton says, "Thank you."
And he says, "Here, take your commemorative sun boy helmets."
Yeah, he puts on another helmet. He finds Riley and Martha, and he's about to open his visor and kill them. But they run into the next room, and they seal the door behind them, but oops.
Then I like this part where you get to play a little puzzle game to see who gets to launch the escape pod. It's sort of a competitive...
Next criticism of this ridiculous setting that Crisps came up with.
You have to push 1 million buttons to get the escape pod to launch. No.
The escape pod, where basically what happens is that the people in the escape pod get to have an argument with the escape pod over whether or not it should launch.
You get to push 3 buttons to launch the escape pod, and you need to press 300 buttons to say, no way, I'm good.
Yeah, Ashton in the hallway... He's not even in the room that the escape pod is in. He's in the next room over, and there's a terminal that you can use to launch the escape pod. Meanwhile, Martha and Riley are pushing the, "For the love of God, don't launch us" button.
I'm good. It's totally fine. I'm good.
And the escape pod computer is just like, I don't know. Ashton makes a compelling argument.
But would the real Ashton say? What would the real Ashton say?
Martha, meanwhile, is calling the doctor for help. And yeah, so
that's
Riley
really weird,
deactivates the pod.
I was so confused because I thought the doctor was in the escape pod with them.
Well, hey, if you want to fucking get back into this, you piece of shit. I think the escape pod is a perfect example of what I'm not talking about because it has a blue escape pod light, which gave it a strong sense of place, and every time we're in the escape pod, I know where we are.
You just need every room to be color-coded, like a video game.
I'm not saying they should be color-coded, you piece of shit.
This one's going to continue for the rest of our podcast. I'm never going to forget this.
Don't bring it up if you don't want to talk about it.
I mean, I wanted to talk about it, but you had to tell me that I wasn't allowed to talk about it anymore, and you edited it out, and you probably edited in me saying something really stupid just to make sure that people know who.
Can you give me an example of something really stupid that you might say that I could edit in? Hypothetically.
Hypothetically? I really can't tell. I don't know. I can't think of something. Okay. You think I could be stupid on command? It takes a lot of work not to be stupid, but I can't just do it on purpose.
Riley and Ashton have a typing battle. Riley deactivates the launch. Ashton
I was really disappointed that there wasn't a part where Martha helps Riley type faster by also typing on the keypad.
But then Riley says, "This'll get him Sierpinski series," and then the pod undeactivates.
Yeah.
And they say, "Okay, cool.
We're good." And then apparently, by the way, if you punch the pad, that's all you need.
Yes, well, the doctor around this time arrives, and Ashton is like, "Grr," and he says, "Why do you want this ship?" And Ashton goes, "Grr," and punches the control panel, and the escape pod undeactivates and goes, "Okay, got it.
If you want it that badly, I get it."
Meanwhile, Riley is in the escape pod pressing the "No, seriously, don't launch the pod right now." And the escape pod's like, "Sorry, buddy, the control panel broke. You know how it is.
If they're that bad, I can't just not do it." And so they launch.
So, somewhere in here, the captain and the other guy, who I think is Scannell, they get back to the engines.
The engines got all fucked up, and Scannell's like, "What are we going to do about this? We fucked it."
He says it's not just that it's not just that the engines are fucked. The auxiliary engines, the controls of which are 29 security doors away, even if they get to the controls, they can't activate the auxiliary engines because the monster men sabotaged the generators too.
Will this come up when they make their daring escape at the end? No. No, it won't.
Well, they don't end up actually activating them. We'll get to that, though. So then Corwin walks in and he starts stomping toward the captain. This is where she goes, "Corwin, it's me, your wife, Kath." And he goes, "Me wife? Your fault.
Women fault." I watched interesting podcast. Now I understand how men are actually the victims.
This is where he starts to open his visor, but Scannell or whatever is like...
Deploys the freezy time
I just
snow
remembered
cone machine.
the air conditioning.
Turn on the snow cone machine! And she's like, no, I was gonna say when we got out of here!
Conveniently, Corwin is standing directly under the ice vents, and he pops them open. Corwin gets frozen solid. I at that point, I'm saying, can you just leave those open a crack? Just a crack.
When I'm hot, Sam, when I'm warm, it's getting to be summertime here. It's getting up into the hundreds, maybe a little higher. When I need to cool myself down, I like to subject myself to temperatures that would kill a person, kill a human.
I'm saying just a crack.
Oh, just a little bit of sub-zero, like instant freeze.
Just a crack.
Just a quick.
You're just gonna cool down the room.
If I'm dirt wet, I want to also have frostbite.
Like, yeah. If I open the freezer, then yes. If I was in the freezer, I would die. But if I open the freezer, the room doesn't instantly freeze. You don't know what the ice
vents do. They might be there for a reason.
What?
You can't just say, oh, why don't they just open the ice vents? They're probably there for a reason. They probably do something. Maybe they cool the ship so it doesn't explode.
That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they cool the ship. They literally talk about the coolant and the cooling system, like working on overtime to keep the ship from burning up from the sun. So maybe I would rather be very uncomfortably hot than be burning and dead. Also, the ship is flying into the sun, and the ice vents are not going to help them when the ship flies into the sun.
I know, but I'm saying get a little bit cooler. Jordan, this is the most we've ever disagreed on any podcast we've
I don't
ever done.
understand why this episode grinds your gears so bad, Peter Griffin.
I don't understand why you're so not willing to accept that I didn't like it.
I accept that you didn't like it, but the things you keep saying about them are confusing and strange.
I'm not... Look, when I say that they should leave the ice vents open...
Is that a joke?
That's a joke.
Okay, alright.
You are so mad at me for not liking this episode that you've lost track of what a joke is.
I don't know what... I've never made a joke in my life.
You are unmoored.
I'm the least funny person in the world. I've never had a sense of humor, and I've never laughed, and I've never made other people laugh.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm not. You didn't say that. I'm saying that because I agree with you. So they kill Corwin. He's dead. They should have broken him up with hammers just to make sure. That's what I would have done.
Corwin, I'm sorry.
And then
look, we made him into a swan.
And then, I
would just be like, oh no, Corwin, hey, can you like snap off a foot and I could just like hold it to my forehead?
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the doctor, interrupts Ashton, the other warm sun man. And he stops him and he says, ooh, let me get a look at what's going on to that. Let me see under that. But because, I guess, hive mind, when Corwin got frozen and then broken apart into little pieces with a hammer.
He actually didn't get broken apart, which is important because he will get back up and start walking around later.
That's why he did, because they didn't break him apart with
That's what I'm saying. They should have broken him apart with hammers.
I would have done it. You got to do what you got to do, right?
I would have done it. I
would have broken the man apart with hammers. I mean, maybe that's a little harsh of me that I would do that to my husband, but I would, and I would do what has to be done, and that is why you should vote for me for new captain of this ship. Thank you. I would never do illegal scooping. And I would break my husband apart with a hammer if
all of the passwords are going to be like 1+1.
I will simply write the passwords down on a piece of paper that you know what? No. I will get rid of the passwords.
I'll prop the doors open.
The passwords are unnecessary. They seem to cause a lot of problems. So I think we get rid of the passwords if you vote for me to be the new president of this ship. Thank you. So Ashton walks off. He's going to go see if he can glue Corwin back together to get him to fixed up.
The doctor warns them about Ashton. They tell him that Corwin is dead. They take his helmet off, and his eyes seem normal now, but they won't be soon for some reason. So the escape pod launches.
Yeah. And then we
the doctor and Martha are like banging on their respective
screaming at each other, but
portholes.
there's doors in the way, but the doctor's like saying, I'll save you. But, it's kind of a bad lip reading joke. Like, it sounds like he's saying something kind of rude and offbeat, but.
Yeah, Martha's like,
I'll shave you. You'll shave?
An asshole.
One little weenie. Why are you talking about one little weenie?
This is the part where you might notice in my notes that I wasn't sure if Martha would survive this episode.
What?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah?
So, I don't know Martha. This is the closest episode that we've watched to Planet of the Dead.
Uh-huh.
And I know that in that episode, the doctor's like, all my companions keep fucking dying.
All my companions keep fucking dying, except for Rose, Martha, Ace, Leela. Jamie died in that horrible, horrible rocketeering accident.
But my point is not that I thought that Martha was going to die, but I was just like, damn, I don't know if Martha's going to survive this one.
It's cool that the tension got to you. I mean, that's very rare that we get to experience moments of tension in these episodes.
Well, yeah, because with the format, usually I would be like, well, I know he doesn't die because he's in the next episode. Yeah.
But
this time I was like, I don't know if Martha's going to survive this one.
The next time on Doctor Who at the end where it's Martha's funeral, the funeral of Martha.
Also, I couldn't think of any way that they could possibly get the escape pod back from the sun.
I mean, think about what happened with Jack Harkness, where his ship was like 1 second from exploding and the Doctor was just like, TARDIS, if only he had a machine, if only he had a magical box that could get people. And also, by the way,
he can't get to the TARDIS in this episode.
It can go back. It can go back in time, so he could just go back in time and grab her before, think about it.
That's true. The escape pod launches and immediately the TARDIS appears and the Doctor gets out of it with a beard and he says, hello, it's been a few years. I just remembered I could do this.
I do love the idea that whenever the Doctor has pressing business, he does take a couple of years to just kind of clear his head and chill out before he goes and does it.
Fucking Matt Smith gets out of the TARDIS and is like, Martha, I just realized I have a time machine.
I just got back from pulling Clara out of her time stream. That took me a couple of years. Then I remembered I had one other thing on my to-do list.
I mean, that's basically the plot of Day of the Doctor. All the doctors remember they have a time machine.
Wait a minute, I can go back in time and fix this. Wow! What if every episode of Doctor Who ended with the Doctor going back in time and retroactively fixing the plot before it happened? Just like...
The space whale is sad. Jodie Whittaker just shows up.
Pushes the button. She's
just like holding a planner. She got like a list of problems.
She kicks the, I can't remember the name of the alien that invaded on Christmas. Just kicks him over.
Nope,
it's gone. Sorry.
I just want to say Skeksis, but that's something else.
It's the Smexies, yeah.
It's something like the Scrackalocks or something.
The Scaroths of Jaggeroth.
Yeah. Oh, Scaroth the Jaggeroth, that's right. Anyway, the escape pod launches and Martha dies.
They all have a great time. The end.
So Scannell is asking the captain, what did Corwin mean about it being your fault?
Did you do any?
Let's not talk about that.
Did you do any?
Mad at you.
Calf, listen, did you do any, and I mean even on accident, did you do any kind of illicit scooping? Promise. Look me in the eye, pinky promise you didn't scoop anything you shouldn't have
What we learned later is that the illicit scooping that prompted all this, they do know that it happened. They just don't know that it was bad.
Yeah. We thought we were doing some good, wholesome illegal scooping, but it turns out we were doing some very bad illegal scooping.
This is the part where the Doctor calls them on the radio and says, Scannell, this is the first time we get his name, Scannell, bring me a spacesuit. I'm gonna go
push a button that makes it good.
So Kath goes to deal with Ashton. Scannell goes to give the Doctor a spacesuit. This part is like as close as this episode comes, in my opinion, to being any good.
This is the part on the escape pod?
Yeah, like Riley, he's like, oh, whatever, we're gonna die. He's being very
droopy mole man.
But he's not really. He's just kind of like, whatever. Life is suffering.
Space sucks, and when you go into space, this happens. You know, my friends were working at the Devil Pit, and they're all dead. They killed
the worst day of my life.
My best friends. That was
today.
Because he says like, oh, I don't have a lot of people in my life. I had a million friends. They were all ooed, and they got blown up in the Devil Pit explosion.
No, not my friend Alpha Beta Zero.
They killed all those slaves.
So Martha is like, the Doctor will save us. I believe in him. And Riley's like, I've never found anyone worth believing in.
Trust him.
He says, you don't have a boyfriend, girlfriend, family? And he says, no, I don't.
I haven't talked to my mom.
My mom doesn't talk to me. She says, "Oh, I've got a big family. You must be jealous."
My life rules. I get to go around the world in a cool time machine and have fun adventures with a very silly man. I bet you'd love to live my life.
She's like, "Oh, I've got a big loving family. You're not missing out." They're so loud.
They're so annoying. You know, sometimes I just wish that I had a family that I didn't get along with and my dad was dead and my mom didn't talk to me. You would love it.
So she gets very sad when she realizes, I'm going to die here and they're never going to know.
I'm going to go call my mom because I can't do that, unlike you loser.
And Riley, okay. This is a minor gripe.
Oh, no.
I promise. This is a minor gripe.
She calls her mom and I don't even know how her mom got on the ship.
Shut up. This is a very minor gripe. It's the fact that I know that Martha has universal roaming. I did think it was weird that Riley was like, call her on the phone as we hurtle towards the sun.
Well, did you not forget about the part where Martha shows Riley her cool phone and says it has universal roaming?
Yeah, this baby could call anyone, anytime, anywhere.
I mean, to be fair, Sam, not 10 minutes before in this episode, Riley sees Martha call her mom on her cell phone. So is it really hard? For you to believe that it's possible that he just thinks that she can call her mom in somehow, some way?
All right, I'll retract that one.
Thank you.
He doesn't. That's right. He doesn't know her circumstances. I'll retract that one. You win. You win. This episode's a 15 out of 10.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. So she calls her mom. Her mom is sitting in her living room with the eye patch lady who forgot her eye patch. She's like a blonde woman.
Yes,
who's
this is the woman
that
Wikipedia just referred to as Sinister Woman.
I thought Sinister Woman was in Peter Capaldi's episodes.
No, it's in this one.
A different Sinister Woman.
Different Sinister Woman. There's a lot of sinister women on this show.
The one thing that you gotta know, one of the key themes of Doctor Who is that women are very sinister.
Women be sinning.
Women are very sinistar. And they chase you around and they go, run, coward.
What's that?
Sinistar. It's the first video game with voice acting in it, I believe.
Ah.
I've
never heard of that.
It's a big alien planet and he goes, run, coward.
Is it good?
I've a game from like 1922. I don't know. Probably not. You know me, your number one Sinistar fan.
Hey, you're literally the only person I've ever heard talk about
the number one,
my life.
The Last Door is what was the first arcade game to have voice acting in it.
So they call you.
They call. Sorry, Sam. My phone's ringing right now. I know you told me to turn it off before we record.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll just cut this.
Okay. Anyways, they call.
Oh, you're not gonna do it?
No. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can do the joke. Yeah, I guess I can do the joke. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, no, it's Sinistar.
What?
Glad I could be of help. Okay, bye. Was that what you wanted? Was that what you wanted from me? Is that everything you hoped for in a bit?
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay, cool. Martha, not Rose. Martha calls her mom and says, I'm really loving life. I'm having a great time.
I'm sorry I was being weird earlier. Someone did get murdered at the pub.
Yeah. Sorry I was being weird earlier. By the way, I love you. Don't ever forget that. Okay, gotta go now. I hope the
she also shouts out, and by shouts out I mean says tell these people I love them. Her dad and Leo and Tish. We've got names.
We've got names for who?
I'll be on Leo and Tish watch
for the rest of our life. She's like,
I don't know if they ever appear on the show.
She's like, tell my new boyfriend Mickey I love him.
Hey, good for Mickey.
Mickey needed a rebound after Rose Tyler apparently died in Army of Ghosts.
He doesn't need a rebound. He can make epic transatlantic 3-pointers.
Maybe that's how he won her, and maybe that's how he won Martha's heart. He was like, "Hey," looks at her, "Check this out." And then he just threw a basketball into outer space, and he's like, "You gotta trust me on this. You gotta
trust me." It into the Satan pit.
You gotta trust me on this, Martha. It did go in.
The doctor and what's her name are like dangling in the Satan pit, and suddenly a basketball just flies down.
It flies down. It bounces from one vase to the other, knocking them both over and killing Satan right then and there on the TV show.
And the doctor's like, that's where that ended up.
That just happened.
God. So, Martha says, I love you to her family. And then, we pan over to see that in the next room at Martha's mom's house, there is a sinister woman with earbuds on a computer in the other room.
Oh no, she must be a Cyberman.
She's like, hey, remember how Martha's actress first got Cyberman?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So the woman on the computer is like, she's doing like a keep her talking gesture. I think she's like trying to track the doctor, I'm guessing, but we don't really get like anything on that in this episode. But Martha is like, Mom, I'm okay. Just
doing great.
Just talk about normal stuff. And her mom's like, is the doctor there? And Martha's like, I should go. And she hangs up, and Sinister Woman is like, ugh. And then this is where Martha like cries and hugs Riley, and he kisses her on the forehead, and I was like, that seems like
that's weird. That was weird. But he was like, ugh, you're so dirt wet right now.
He kisses her on the forehead and then licks his lips and is like, salty.
Here's a fun fact about my life, speaking of something adjacent to that. When I used to work at Shake Shack as a griller, when I would go home after a shift, if I ever licked my lips, my entire mouth just tasted like hamburgers because I was just standing above hamburger cookings all night. So if I was in the shuttle with Riley and he had done that, he'd be like, "Wow, you taste like a hamburger right now. This is awesome. Can I have more?"
Oh, also, somewhere in here, Kath ambushes Ashton and throws him into the stasis chamber and freezes him. I think that's dealt with. I don't think he comes up again later. Scannell gets the spacesuit to the doctor and it's like, this is suicide. And what we learn that he's trying to do is, Jordan, it's time for my next criticism.
Yeah? You don't know how magnets work?
In order to bring the escape pod back, he wants to activate the magnetic whatever that will retract it before it's too late. And the way to do that is that there's a lever in a circuit panel that is like just out of reach on the outside of the airlock.
I think it's a perfectly reasonable place to put it.
You think it's normal that he has to like climb out the door and he has to like reach and he's
very exciting TV. Yeah, very exciting TV.
And then the escape pod starts coming back, and then the computer on the escape pod is like, "No, I can't. They told me that I should leave.
Must destroy self. I cannot disobey my orders. Goodbye."
Also, we've got 13 minutes left. Oh no!
They didn't even say clever in this episode, by the way. No clever count.
Nope. He reaches, and he does grab the thing eventually, and he remagnetizes the escape pod. He pulls it back away from the sun. It's an incredibly strong magnet.
It's a good magnet.
But that's fine.
Magnet. It's a space magnet.
But this is where the doctor, like, looks at the sun, and he listens to it.
That's a bad thing to do. Why would he do that?
And he goes, "It's alive.
It's a cool living sun."
Oh, no. So they all stumble back into the ship. And Martha's like, "Doctor, thank you for saving us. Hey, are you okay?" And he opens his eyes and they glow, but only a little. And he goes, "Stay away from me."
But he doesn't have like Satan voice like they gave to the other guys. It is David Tennant just doing scary voice to him. And then the captain is here and he says, "Hey, it was your fault.
It's your fault.
Scooping when you shouldn't have been scooping."
And yes, this is where we learn that they used the scoops to strip the surface of the sun for cheap fuel. And the crucial thing is, this is absolutely critical. What they should have done, the proper procedure,
you gotta scan
would have been
scoop.
to first scan for signs of life. But
when
she says, "I couldn't. I didn't want to waste any time because we might get caught scooping." They caught me scooping
on the first day of school. Not even scooping school, just school. You go sit down at your desk. You got your brown paper bag with your lunch in it. There's
like a sort of like a dated like informational video. What to do before you scoop?
Remember, kids, scan and scoop. Scan and scoop.
A, B, C. Always before scooping.
Goofus scoops without scanning. Gallant.
Scoopus and Gallant.
Scoopus and Gallant.
Scoopus and Galscan. I don't know.
Scoopus and Gallant. Scoopus scoops without looking.
No, Gallant is a member of the crew.
Oh. Goofus scoops the sun without scanning and inviting horrors untold onto
Gallant
that spaceship.
always scans before he scoops.
So that's what's going on. They scooped without scanning, and now the sun is fucking pissed.
The sun is like, didn't you ever watch Scoopus and Gallant?
It's literally the first thing you learn.
I'm a star, and even I know that. The number of cargo ships that fly past this star and are like, oh, should we scoop it? Wait, hold on.
Wait.
No, nope, this one's alive.
It's a living
Let's
sun.
Get going.
It's a living sun. I shouldn't have scooped it. I'm really glad I remembered the first thing they ever taught me in school.
Yeah, to the point that the doctor is like, he says the sun is a living organism and it's inside me now, and he goes, humans, you just grab whatever's nearest and bleed it
Most
dry.
of you are perfectly
You should have
fine.
scanned.
Most of you guys are okay. It's just you. You are the only ones dumb enough to forget to scan me. Everybody else scans.
She literally says, it takes too long. We'd be caught. Fusion scoops are illegal. As if that justifies it.
The ship's onboard computer is like, scanning begin. We will be scanning for the next 2 weeks. Please hide all scoops.
Canceling scan. Not happy about this one.
This one
Need I remind you of Scoopus and Gallant?
Even I, a computer, knows the rules of scooping.
Clippy pops up. It looks like you're about to scoop without scanning first.
Oh my god. That's really good. So the doctor says, put me in the cold room. I'm so warm right now. This will really be what I need. This is really what I need. Please.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of cool. He's like, well, it's pretty freaking cold, if anything. But he says, you need to keep my body below 200 degrees or the sun will take over me and kill me. You need to freeze it out. And he says, I can take about 10 seconds. Which seems like a lot.
He's gonna come out looking like Matt Smith is all I'm saying.
But bad news, Corwin starts moving again. They should have smashed him to pieces with hammers.
They should have killed him with hammers.
Or at least made him into a beautiful swan. He puts the helmet back on. There is a pretty funny part here where Scannell is like working on the doors while Riley is returning from the escape pod. And Riley like runs into the room to help him. And Scannell just goes, Riley, what's your favorite color?
Good shit. Final door. True or false? You should scoop then scan. and then Kath.
Wait a minute.
Kath
answered this one.
Starts sweating. And she was drunk when she came up with the answer. It's gotta be scoop then scan.
Scoop first, scan stars later.
So they put the doctor into the cold box, and he's like,
that's better. No, this part was good. David Tennant is like doing stuff. He gets really scared, and he's like, no, please, I changed my mind. I can't just kill me. Like, I can't take the chance that I might kill all of you.
And then was it Martha who says like, or was it him? He says like, hey, when I'm about to die, my body does some crazy shit, and I become a new funny British man.
Get my emergency bow tie ready.
Get me the fez.
I got a good feeling about this.
Just in case I might need that fez.
Actually, Jesus, I'm saying that as a joke, but that was literally when the 10th Doctor was reincarnated. He goes into the like dressing room and is like, I'm gonna figure out my style.
Yeah, what's his look? What's his
That vibe? Is an actual thing. I forgot.
Makeover.
This is another problem that I have.
Oh yeah. Just keep.
Look, we're just gonna keep coming back to it. I think that the ship doesn't make any goddamn sense because they put the Doctor in the stasis chamber and start cooling him down, and we do get to see a Frosty David, which is fun.
I did like Frosty David. I felt so refreshed looking.
Zombie son Corwin in the engineering room is just like, oh, let me deactivate the stasis chamber.
Oh, well, this was actually my favorite part of the episode, actually, because what happens is they said Corwin is in electrical, he just cut the power, and I was just thinking, you know, I saw Corwin in electrical emergency meeting. Let's all get together. Corwin venting sus. That kind of thing. Just kind of Among Us. And you know that helmet
on Patreon, we're going to finish The Invisible Enemy, our most Among Us episode of all time.
I think that would be really easy if it was like Red is super fuzzy, just fuzzy from head to toe. Get him out of here. This game's easy.
Red is fuzz.
F-U-Z.
So yeah, he turns off the stasis chamber from engineering, which is really cool. We've got 5 minutes left. Kath goes to take care of it. Scannell and Riley, meanwhile, are at door number 4. The doctor is like, here's the new plan. You need to get to the front of the ship and vent the engines to return the sun particles back to the sun. It's our only hope. Maybe the sun will be chill about this.
Set the scooping machine to reverse, and then it'll
right.
Sort of unscoop it.
That's right. Can you unscoop the sun? Kath catches up to Corwin, and she's like, "You're right, Corwin. It was my fault." Blah, blah, blah. The gist of it is they end up in the airlock room, and she says, "I'm sorry, everyone. Corwin, I love you." And they get sucked out the airlock into the sun.
Fucking badass. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
They answer, Riley and Scannell do answer the answer of, yes, we should scoop, then scan. Love Kath. They try to turn the engines on. Yeah.
The doctor, meanwhile, he's like, I did like this part where he's trying to like crawl out of the stasis chamber to turn it back on.
Uh-huh.
But the sun stuff that's inside of him just keeps making him like twitch and roll away from it.
He's going absolutely bananas right now.
And yeah, he's like, Martha, I can't fight it.
Did you, by the way,
with me.
When there was an episode where a man in distress is just on the ground going, Martha! Did you not think about Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice?
I so regularly forget that movie exists, I'm happy to say.
She's gonna hurt Martha!
Why'd you say that name? Why'd you say that name? Anyway, okay. Riley and Scannell get through the final door. They're trying to turn on the engines. I guess Scannell forgot that the engines won't turn on, even though he knew that the generators were broken. Martha, this is the part, I'm sorry, Jordan, I hate to bring it up one more time, but this is the part where Martha, we don't see her in a shot with Scannell or Riley. I couldn't tell if she was anywhere near them, and I just thought that was bad.
Pretty bad, pretty cringe. Oh, man. Oh, jeez.
I just feel like I should know where the fuck the characters are. I'm sorry.
Oh.
So Martha is like, you guys need to vent the engine, dump the fuel back onto the sun. They do. The doctor's eyes go normal again. This is where I got confused because
I'm silly and funny again.
Huh?
I said, I'm silly and funny again.
I'm silly and funny again. He puts on his 3D glasses and has funny shoes.
He does this like weird thing where he kind of like curls his upper lip and he goes, hey.
He pulls out a snow globe.
Yeah.
And a Barbie doll.
What was that?
So I thought that the auxiliary engines turn on. I think what happened here is that the sun just stops pulling them in because apparently it has the ability, much like trees can turn off oxygen, the sun can turn off gravity. Because we learn later that they are just floating and waiting for like the space authorities to come.
Yeah, they're waiting for the space cops to tell them they violated law number 1. The most well-known law in the universe.
Oh, no, wait, what? No, they do say, hold on, now I'm confused. Chris, what have you done? One of them says, we have just enough reserve fuel.
Sure.
So they do work.
So they're fine, yeah.
And also, in case anyone was wondering, they do, the sun does release them from its grasp at the exact moment that the timer runs out.
And
so,
it says, thanks, no hard feelings. Sorry.
I just wanted my stuff back.
It was like my favorite part of myself. You gotta understand.
Thank you for returning my skin.
They said it was its heart.
Martha reunites with the doctor and they hug. Some amount of time passes. They are no longer sweating. They cooled down a little bit.
They stood under the ice vents for a couple minutes.
we could have a couple minutes of the ice vents open. Then we got.
That's why Riley is missing an arm.
Snapped right off. Ah, jeez.
But they did sculpt it into a swan. They get back to the TARDIS, and the Doctor kind of brags about how undamaged it is. We didn't mention it, but the reason they couldn't get to the TARDIS was because the room was like 3,000 degrees.
Yeah. And everybody, all of these people, all their coworkers and friends are dead, but at least the Doctor's funny blue box is okay.
Yay! This is where Riley is like, Martha, will I ever see you again? And she says no. But it was nice not dying with you.
I thought she was going to say
someone.
I thought she was going to say, "I'll give you my funny phone number."
She says it was nice not dying with you. I hope you find someone worth believing in. And he says, I already did. And they kiss, and it's really, really weird. Also, I did like that Scannell is just standing awkwardly out of focus behind them.
He's T-posing.
Framed between them like fucking Lori on Kyle XY. Nope, Nicole, no? I legitimately forgot her name for a minute there.
Crying outside the car as Ricky and Amy did their big kisses.
No. Nicole when Kyle and Jesse kissed.
God! Oh my god, the greatest kiss in the history of television.
The out of focus upset Nicole.
Framed between her two adopted children kissing.
What a show.
Very good show. Season 3 was not very good, was it?
So they get back on the TARDIS. This was weird that Martha's like, guess we didn't really need you in the end, did we? I don't really know what she meant by that.
I think the Doctor kind of told them how to save the day by...
Maybe she was being sarcastic and being like, we would be absolutely fucking dead if it weren't for you. I don't know. I like that there's like a classic Doctor type thing where he's like, so what next? How about ice skating on Kurha or whatever?
I wish there was an episode where they just go ice skating on the planet Scatulon 9.
Not Kurha, the one that they said, that I just said.
There's only one way to name planets in sci-fi. I don't know what to tell you. They go to Scatulon 9. They go to Zambonialon. That sounds a little dirty. They go to Scatulon 9 and they just skate and absolutely nothing happens and they just have a fine time and then they come back.
I do wish that more episodes started with them, like, getting back on the TARDIS after having a fun time somewhere.
Yeah, like, we only ever see them have
They,
bad
like, get on the TARDIS and you just hear, like, steel drums coming through the door and they're like, bye, everyone! And they're, like, sipping
nice pirate
from, like,
costume, Dan the Man! Looking great!
Oh, that was great. Now what? And then, like, 5 minutes later, people are, like, screaming and
you want to go to the Hell
lasers.
Planet? You want to go to the Hell Planet of Skin Removulon 4? Flayulon 9?
Hey, I didn't like this. We talked about this on Father's Day. That the Doctor gives Martha the key to the apartment.
It's such a fucking "you're my girlfriend now" move. I hate it. And same with, and the worst was in Snowman with Clara, and he like looks at the key that his ex's key, and he's like, "Ooh, okay."
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, it's in it. But yeah,
sometimes our brains protect us from things that are damaging.
I don't like the girlfriend key at all. It's very weird. It's very weird.
He like thanks her and gives her the key to his apartment, and she calls her mom back and it's like, hey, sorry, it was a weird day. I was being really over emotional earlier. Can I come over for dinner or whatever? And she says,
this shit fucks me up though, because when she's like, I'll come for dinner. What day is it, by the way? And she says it's election day. And I was just like, you had this really horrible experience, this traumatic experience. You called your mom basically like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end you're like, okay, I'll see you eventually. I still do want to go on some cool adventures with my cool time-traveling spaceman boyfriend. But I will come home in a couple weeks to go and, see my normal mom who I don't like.
Is that how you interpreted it?
Yeah,
you don't think that she's going straight there?
I don't think she's going straight there. I think she was like, I'll come back later. That's why I'm checking in to see what day it is. So I know that.
But from your perspective, I arrive and I have a beard and that's how long it's been.
I have an old woman.
I arrive played by Jodie Whittaker.
I don't think the Doctor was the one who was on the phone with Martha's mom, Sam. I think that was Martha who was talking.
Is that not how British people work? When they die, they become Jodie Whittaker?
They all become Jodie Whittaker in the grave, yeah. And then a weird
We're all
part
Jodie
here,
in the end.
They hang up, and then Sinister Woman puts Mamtha's phone in a bag. And then
she puts it in like an evidence bag.
And then
did you mention that there's sinister men standing in the room? There's two
sinister men, and then Martha's mom is the Sinister Woman's like, "Did you vote for David Cameron
winky face at the camera. I don't know who was running for prime minister at the time. And then she says, I did vote, but I won't tell you who.
I assume that the election storyline is something. Yeah. This is just a complete nonsense.
Well, they're trying to elect a ghost right now.
Yeah, that's what made me sad, is that I know that it's not a ghost. I guess I don't know that it's not a ghost.
And then she says, Mr. Saxon will be very grateful, Mrs. Jones.
Oh my god, her name is Mrs. Jones. That's Martha's last name.
Yeah, we knew that. It was Martha Jones. Who is Mr. Saxon, I wonder?
Oh, who cares? I'm just excited to know Martha's last name.
And then next time on Doctor Who, there was an episode I actually really remember, and I think I liked it. I think I remember liking it, but it's like...
The Doctor has like a watch or something. He's screaming Gagu, with electrodes on his head.
He says Gagu so many times. They're in like 1913. Martha's
weird scarecrow things.
There's like a guy, they turn their heads and they're all scary. And then he says something about, is he human? Totally human? The test results are in and you're a human? And then Martha's like wearing a maid outfit. I remember liking this episode, but I don't know.
Well, we'll watch it next week. I mean, if the things... yeah, I don't know. Early on in the episode, I thought it could turn out to be a C+, but by the time I got to the end, I was pretty sick of it. I did ultimately give it a C-.
I gave it a B- for me. B- for me. Perfect. Fine episode.
Right. I thought it was like... Also, the living sun thing felt like a real waste of a pretty interesting plot point.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen enough like Star Trek episodes with something of this type so that it doesn't bug me. But yeah, I think of like our letter grades as F is just terrible, D is bad, C is average, B is like pretty good, and then A is like awesome, right? So it's a B-. It's like a lower end of the good episode spectrum.
That's fair. It was a C- for me. I didn't like the setting. I thought the plot was a good idea, but I just thought it was very poorly executed.
Do we have any awards to give out?
I think if there was anything that worked for me, it was the stuff with Martha and her mom and Martha and the Doctor. I thought was good. C- for me. Companion awards.
I have a thought. I think the Doctor might get the purple Mickey this week.
Medal of Mickey, but yeah, I'd say he gets the Medal of Mickey.
I thought it was a purple heart, like when you get real fucked up, you get the purple Mickey.
That was what it was gonna be, but I think that you called it the Medal of Mickey, and I liked it more.
Okay, Medal of Mickey. I think the Doctor gets the Medal of Mickey for getting fucked up real bad. Martha, I don't think she gets the Sarah Jane Award for Companion Excellence or Companion Initiative.
Companion Initiative. She did take initiative offering to help with the doors, but that's pretty fucking minimal.
She didn't really do anything of her own. She just basically held the doohickey to a door.
Yeah, she contributed very little to the plot. All she really did was she delivered them the Doctor's message, which she didn't need to do because there's radios in every fucking square.
Nobody got sicko murdered, so no Leela crosses.
We don't give Leela crosses to Scannell.
No. Or to Kath for fucking yeeting herself out the airlock with her husband.
Yeah, Jordan.
It's time.
It's time. This is going to be a weird episode because by the time anyone hears it, it'll be 5 minutes long because I cut all the arguing.
So now is the important question, Sam. Which Doctor? Trying to give it a little more.
I'm on the same page as you. I want to see more
Jodie. Jodie.
Are you still on the Jodie train?
Jodie. Huh?
It's a Capaldi. We are going to be watching Series 8, Episode 6, The Caretaker.
Is this the pro-life episode? Is this one of our time bombs?
Let's see. He goes undercover as the caretaker of Coal Hill.
Is it Clara?
We'll have Clara.
I want to see Bill again. Give me Bill. Where's Bill? Let's see reception. Positive reviews. 4 out of 5.
Good reviews.
Comic time.
Oh, they praised Capaldi's comic timing. I love to hear that.
He's a funny boy. Funny man.
I don't see anything about it being pro-life.
I don't know. It's just the phrase caretaker gave me, what if this is the pro-life one?
Now hold on. Wait, when is this episode? Because is he going to be dealing with the same children?
The ones that Clara tried to murder?
This is 4 episodes before In the Forest of the Night.
And it's also
3 episodes after Robot of Sherwood.
Oh, what a shitty episode.
So can we talk about, I'm assuming then that he's not dealing with the same children.
2 in a row. I know we don't usually do this. This is not usually on our wheelhouse, but 2 in a row by Paul Heimschmerft. There's one called Kill the Moon.
which is pretty
funny.
That says
Wilmhurst. Or Wilmshurst?
Fuck the moon, kill the moon. And then there was one called The Mummy on the Orient Express. So that's... But, like, sometimes with these episodes, they have a very funny title. And then it's really... Like, Nikola Tesla's Night of Horrors or whatever. Night of Terrors was a very uninteresting...
We're going to watch the episode Dinosaurs on a Spaceship someday. And it's going to have neither dinosaurs nor spaceships.
Yep. Well, that's all of
Mummy on the Orient Express sounds pretty good.
Pretty funny. I think it's time we wrap up. Sam, tell our listeners about how they can give us money in various ways.
Yeah, there's various ways you can give us money on patreon.com/poddingbros. $1 gets you a mildly special Discord role marking you as a friend of the show. You'll have access to all of our bonus content on our next episode of Classic Who. For the first time, we have re-rolled a serial that we watched some of and didn't finish. So we are going to be going back for the rest of The Invisible Enemy, where the Doctor
gets fuzzy. I've gone, Leela,
makes a clone of himself and shrinks it down with a shrink ray so that he can inject it into his own brain.
I need you to shave me, Leela. I'm fuzzy.
There's going to be a tiny doctor fighting the villain inside of his own brain, which is pretty good.
K9 is there with his creator, Dr. Mario. That's his real name. That's not us joking. That's not a pretzel situation. His name is Dr. Mario.
No, his name is Dr. Marius.
His name is Dr. Mario. It's a real name. I actually thought it was Dr. Mario.
I know. That's why I had to correct you, because I could sense that you thought it was true. $5.
No.
$5 gets you a pretty special Discord role marking you as a companion of the show. You can send us a message that we'll read in one of our funny voices.
So funny.
$10 gets you an incredibly special Discord role marking you as an honorary member of House D'Souza. I also forgot to mention that $5 gets you a shout out. $10 gets you all that. Shout out, bonus content. We'll fucking clap for you when we shout you out, and you can listen to the podcast live while we record it, which I don't know when that's going to be right now because... a Final Fantasy 14 patch came out, and Jordan is...
I'm doing community group activities every week on Fridays, so...
Call Jordan season 13 of Doctor Who, because he's in Flux.
I was just about to say that, and you took it from me. I saw that Flux Blu-ray box set, by the way, and I thought, wow, this would be a really
the one
funny...
that you own?
No, but I thought this would be a really funny way to spend $40.
And if you donate at the $40 level,
if you donate the $40
box
level,
set once a month,
I will buy enough Flux box sets to set up a Flux box set domino run that when you knock it over, it spells out Flux. This is my grand finale of our podcast.
Viva El Fluxer! Thank you to our $5 and $10 subscribers. Dan Big Challenges Silva, Roy, Stephanie Bolding, Stephanie Karen, Tasty Sea Sponge, and thank you to House D'Souza, Cassidy, Destry Hawk, H Cave, and Sauceworks.
Saluting! I wish I could clap and salute at the same time. Ow. Ow.
Patreon inexplicably removed the goals feature, but we are $13 a month away from watching.
Why did they do that, Patreon?
I don't fucking know.
Because they're going to replace it with
the
AI.
Email that I got, they were like, this is a very exciting opportunity. We are getting rid of the goals feature and we're going to offer new and exciting ways for you to sell merch.
Trade offer.
Cool.
Trade offer. I take goal features. You receive nothing. When are we going to start selling our merch, Sam? When are we going to start selling a shirt that's got Scoopus and Gallant on it? Scoopus and Gallant fan art coming soon, by the way. Give us your best Scoopus and Gallant.
I like that you say coming soon hinging on anyone doing it.
Yeah, well, listen.
We're not artists.
Yeah, we're not artists. So, and also I don't think you can do fan art of your own podcast, even if I was an artist, but
I'm a fan of my work.
I'm a fan of Scoopus and Gallant. Definitely. Everyone is. I grew up watching those shorts.
For the record, even though Patreon did disable the goals feature, I do have the goals still. So they are still in play.
We're $13 away from... What are we doing? Doctor Who movie, was it?
I think I might want to rediddle it, but I don't know. What do you think? Because at the time we decided that $100 is we watch an episode of Torchwood.
That's crazy. And then, I think
and then $150 is the movie.
No, $100 we should watch the movie. And we'll
okay,
put it up
I'm
in
good
the
with
main
that.
feed.
If we get to $100, we'll watch the fucking Doctor Who movie.
We'll watch the 8th Doctor movie.
Put it up on the main feed. I think for $150 a month, which is an insane amount of money we'll never make, I think we need to just start putting Torchwood into our rotation.
So the plan was, the lower goal is watch an episode of Torchwood. I don't know if we ever talked about it on the podcast.
Live production
but
meeting.
Sure, why not?
No. Live production meeting. I propose that if for some reason people give us $150, this will never happen, by the way. But if it does happen, we put Torchwood into our Doctor Who rotation. Why are we doing this on the podcast, Sam? Do we have a message this week?
We have a message this week.
Who's it from?
It's from Stephanie Karen.
Cool. Who's reading it? Is it my turn?
This is not actually a message for us to read, but I will read it.
Oh, well, thanks. It says my credit card expired, so here's my new credit card number.
No, I mean, it's not a thing for us to say in a voice, but here's what it says. I'm re-listening to Jurgen It, and not only do you guys reference Kyle XY, a couple episodes later on a Pregnancy Pact episode, a discussion of horny fanfics being called lemons occurs, with Jordan bringing up that I guess non-horny fanfics are called limes, and then he mentions offhand thinking that there was a type called grapefruit.
Yeah.
The signs were there all along.
I feel like at some point I brought up on Kyle XY the citrus fanfic.
No, that I do remember talking about that. I think that was on the Pregnancy Pact episodes, and it sounds like Stephanie Karen is listening.
Stephanie Karen has figured out that we had a premonition about grapefruit.
Grapefruit.
Remember when I said I would never?
You would never say it again, and then he said it in the next episode.
One of those little jokes that the universe plays on you.
Thanks God.
It was pretty funny. It was a good one. It was pretty funny. It was a pretty good one.
It was pretty good.
Socials.
Is that it?
Yeah, social media. You can find all of our episodes on, or you can find us on Twitter at Potting Bros. You can find us on co-host at Potting Bros, I think. Nope.
Dr. Huh.
There
is a Potting Bros account, but I haven't.
Oh. You can find us on co-host at
now.
Dr. Huh. You can find us on Tumblr as Dr. Huh. You can find me on Twitter at BradPissRex. You can find me on Tumblr at Punished Breakfast.
And I'm on co-host of Positive Stress next week, or the week that this goes up, I should say. I'm going to be on my final episode of 0 to 0. We're finishing Fant 4-Stick. We're finishing Fant 4-Stick. And then, what will Val and Giga do?
All about it
That's up to them.
See you again.
As we go on.
Just the Doctor Who theme. Because when he dies, when he regenerates. Are you going to regenerate into a different podcast host?
I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for our podcast. Also, on Sounds About Light, we have started Birth by Sleep.
When you birth
Ventus
by sleep,
time.
You don't birth by
Being
sleep.
a Keyblade Master is all I've ever dreamed about.
Being a Keyblade Master is all I ever dreamed about. Hey, Lois.
That's right. Tara is Peter Griffin.
Is that what Tara sounds like?
Yeah.
Do a Tara impression right now. What does he sound like?
That is my Tara impression. He's like, the darkness. Where did it come from?
Why does he talk like Jordan B. Peterson?
That's how he fucking talks.
Why does he talk like Dr.
Darkness. Master Xehanort. I have to find Master Xehanort.
The Keyblade sows darkness and discord in our hearts. We must clean my room, and I'm going out to the sea. I'm going out to see the Sebastian Under the Sea Crab Band, and it moved me to tears. I'd never seen people all on the same wavelength in the room before, swimming this way.
I've never been in a room with people agreeing with me before. That's it. Anything else? Noise Space.
Good podcast on Noise Space. Check out Pod of Greed. Check out Welcome Robot. Check out.
Where are you on Kamurocho Radio right now?
We just met the bad guy in Yakuza 4.
No spoilers.
In the chapter where you meet him and then he walks around with you in Kamurocho for like 20 minutes. So we're on the Tanimura chapters.
Love that game.
It's okay. That's all for this week. Sam, we narrowly avoided being dehydrated from being so dirt wet. So can you lead our congregation in the doctor's prayer? See us home safely.
May your life flow like a river. May your days smell sweet as a rose. I don't know why I'm doing this. May your nights be calm and still as a pond. May you be as lucky as an ace in a game of blackjack Harkness. May Dan the Nice Man smile nicely upon you. And may Clara make a clever souffle.
God, I hate that part.
And may the doctor light your path through time.
Doctor, bye.
Dr. Bye, I don't know what the fuck that was.